Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Small Business Growth Podcast. If you are new here, I'm your host, Madison Page. I just want to take a second to welcome you to the community and the podcast family. I am a business growth specialist, and here we teach you how to stand out and sell out on social media by building a ride or die community around your brand. But we like to teach in a fun conversational type of way. I like to say it's kind of like sipping coffee with a biz bestie. So instead of feeling like you're getting talked at, like you're listening to a talk show, it's you and I actually having a conversation, sipping our coffee together and sharing raw and real and genuine conversations and actual tactical business growth advice. If you are not new here, welcome back, girlfriend. So happy that you're here. Yet again, this episode that we're going to be chatting about today is all about time management. When I tell you, anytime I talk about time management, it is my most listened to podcast episodes, my most watched YouTube videos, whatever it is. Time management is a really big conversation. And honestly, I can see why. I really think it is one of the major pillars of being successful as a business owner, because it really feels like one of those things that you have to be self-motivated. You have to be able to keep track of yourself. It is me, myself, and I sitting in this house working on this business. And so you have to be able to manage your own time, be self-disciplined, and be able to take care of your own self, especially when you're building your business and you might have a 9-to-5, you might have kids, you have all of these things. You get the gist, you understand why it's important, but this is one of those major things to master in your business in order to really explode your sales and really be able to get the most done. Being productive is one of the best attributes that you need as a business owner. So we're going to be diving in to time management today. We have a fun little freebie at the end of the episode, so make sure that you do stick around. Otherwise, you can take a peek in the show notes and download it there as well, get some information. But without further ado, let's hop on in to this episode. As this episode is coming out, it is right before Black Friday. It's the beginning of November. And I know this time of year is one of those times of year that is just like, for everybody. Everybody's kind of freaking out, no matter if you are full-time in your business is making sales or not. Even people that don't have a business are busy over the holidays. People that are just working normal jobs are busy over the holidays. This is a busy time of year. And so something that I have always thought that is one of the major traits that you need to figure out is time management and self-discipline in order to get the things done. However, there are a lot of things that you can do to really make yourself feel more productive and have some different tips and tricks. Now, these things today that I'm going to be chatting about are a little bit more like nuanced. They're just a little bit more like fun things to add in to your time management practices in order to make it stick with you and to really be more productive in the moment. Now, there's going to be a free resource in the show notes that you can click the link there, download a full training to get my full exact process of what I do to actually create my own schedule and plan out my days. You can find that right in the show notes below. That is my full exact process, as well as in the show notes, you will find something that we are giving away for our Black Friday special. It's completely free. We normally sell them on our website, but they are downloadable printables for you to track your days, your weeks, your months, different things like that. And they would be really great going into the holidays, how to keep track of everything on your list, as well as into the new year. So click the link in the show notes below. You'll be able to find all of those there. They're completely free resources, so check those out. So today what we're going to talk about are some of the major things, holiday focused or not, in order to manage your time and be more productive while you are working. I have run a business now for a lot of years. This is something that I have always feel like has been one of my strong suits. I am somebody that is very self-motivated. I do just want to put a disclaimer out. Whenever I talk about time management, I do feel it's a hard topic to talk about. Why that is because I don't have kids. I don't have a 9-to-5. And I don't have a lot of the other pressures in your day-to-day life. So I live out of my bus. I travel full time, most of the time, I guess. I don't have a 9-to-5. I do my business full time, and I don't have kids and a bunch of other things that are going to take time in order to get some of these things done. So I just wanted to put that out there. I want to say that. However, this is something that I've had to learn. I have had busy schedules before. I have run multiple businesses at one time. I was getting 2 college degrees, taking 20 credits, as well as running a second business that was 3.5 hours away, as well as building this business. So I know what it's like to have a busy schedule. I have worked the 18-hour days before with a to-do list that is so incredibly long that I couldn't even fathom getting it all done in one day. And honestly, personally, I thrive with a full to-do list. Today, my list is long. I got a lot to do today, but realizing I am somebody kind of built for time management. For whatever reason, I've been type A. I am very driven, and I can manage my time. I was always somebody that could take online classes, that could do things on my own time, always had a project. So I want to put that disclaimer out there because there's people out there that have other things on their plate, or do not feel like they are very good at managing their time. They might have ADD, ADHD, or some sort of time deficit that it is just something that they struggle with. So the things today are things that work for me. They are things that I have given my other clients and things like that as well. Otherwise, the free offer that I have in the show notes for you to download is my full exact planning process. If you are somebody that struggles with time management, the number one thing that I can tell you is planning. Even just having a plan in front of you, even just having a plan of what topic you're going to post about on social media, having a running to-do list. So you don't sit down and you're like, okay, now what do I do? What are the things that I should be working on today? When I actually have a major running to-do list and I kind of break it down by day to day, it allows me to wake up and know exactly what I have to do. It allows for me not to have this major buffer of me sitting down being poking around and just kind of all right, looking at my numbers here, looking at my numbers there, responding to some messages. I sit down and I have a plan and I have a direction. When I don't have those plans and I don't have a direction, my days aren't as productive. When I know it's go season and I'm really down for it, this is exactly, I have a very directed plan day to day to really get it going. So I want to go down my list here. First things first, over the holidays, I do just want to give you the permission slip to take breaks. You deserve to have days, and honestly, even if it's not during the holidays, you deserve to have days that you don't have to worry about business. You deserve to have days that you actually enjoy other things. And honestly, it is in those days that you find the appreciation for your business. You find some better ideas. A lot of times it's the days that I'm resting that I feel like I have my best ideas, that I come up with things, because my brain is still kind of working, but it's not in it. And if you are burnt out and you're feeling burnt out, it's really hard to want to manage your time properly because you're just burnt out and your brain doesn't really want to do it. So you have to find the things that feel really good for you, and you have to find the things that I honestly just need to take a break today. Take a weekend off of social media. Take whatever that might be, realizing that you deserve breaks. If you are new to my channel or to my podcast, I live by the freepreneur lifestyle. I have run a business that I was working 16-hour days every single day for 6 months, and I reached burnout. I was diagnosed with overworking PTSD, which is a crazy diagnosis that I didn't even know was a thing until I was talking to my therapist about it. And I've been in the stage of oh my gosh, I'm working way too hard. And realizing that it's those you deserve breaks, realizing this doesn't mean that you aren't working. This doesn't mean that you're just letting passive income. If you aren't watching on YouTube, I'm putting passive income in quotes, passive income coming into you. This is you being structured, having a plan, having a solid strategy when it works for you, and on the days that it doesn't, you don't have to be. You don't have to be structured. The days that you don't want to be productive, that you want to go make gingerbread houses with your family, or go, if it's the middle of the summer when you're listening to this, you want to go on vacation, whatever, you are allowed to be. So right now, it is during the holidays. It is go time. This time of year, you have to be structured. You have to have a plan and you have to have a schedule because you have so many things on your list to do. And so you are pushing through here, and hopefully you set up automations and you had really solid strategy prior to these 6 to 8 weeks. So in this time, it works a little bit more seamlessly for you, and it's not like you're backpedaling on a treadmill. So first things first, you deserve time, you deserve breaks, you deserve to enjoy your holidays with your family. If you don't want to do a Black Friday sale, do a Black Friday sale the week before Thanksgiving so you don't have to work over Thanksgiving. You get to make the business that you really want. One of the number one things that I can really say, as I've kind of already alluded to, is you need to have a plan. My Sunday nights are all about planning. I plan out my week. I plan out what my focus is. I did it today's Monday. I did it last night. And in that free training, I'm going to go over exactly what I do, but have a day of the week that you plan. Whether that's Friday night, whether that's Sunday night, whatever it is, pick a day that is your planning day. Because planning what you're going to do, planning your to-do list, planning like just in general, what is the content topics that you're talking about? Because when you are planned, your brain has closed a lot of loops. It is psychologically proven that when you do have a plan, your brain closes loops. Your brain knows, okay, this is what it is. And to be totally honest with you, this weekend, I was feeling incredibly overwhelmed because I have a lot going on the next couple of weeks. I have a lot of things I want done before the holiday season. And I was literally like, I don't really feel true anxiety too often. And I was anxious. I was like, oh my gosh, I just feel like, and my boyfriend was around, I'm with my family, so I want to be present with them. And I just kind of felt it building. What I did is I went upstairs, took a shower, and I decided to literally dump everything out of my brain onto a piece of paper of all of the things that I feel like I have to do. So I at least can look at it and feel like, okay, I'm not missing something. I know these are the things that I need to do. Doing full to-do lists as well as I planned it all out. Literally planned out the next 6 to 8 weeks of my business in just like, this is when I'm launching this. This is when this is coming out. This is when this is on sale. This is when all of these things are happening. This is when I'm doing all of the moving parts. So in my brain, I can at least be like, take a break. So number one thing for time management and productivity is having a plan of some sort that you really feel like, okay, I have it on paper. I can go back and look to it and it makes sense. It makes sense for you and it makes sense for your business. Plan out your weeknights as well as I really like to plan out just the topics of what I'm talking about on social media. It doesn't have to be a full key piece of content done and over with, but and scheduled, it can just be planning the topics. So you know your topics day to day are scheduled, and you can wake up in the morning and be like, okay, this is the topic that I'm talking about today, as opposed to being like, what do I want to post? Now, if you don't know how to plan out topics and what like that strategy even really looks like, we need to talk. You need some of the other offers that we have here to get you a strategy. A strategy in your business is an absolute necessity. If you don't have a strategy, you are missing out on sales, and you will not reach the success that you're looking for, at least as quickly. You might get lucky and have a viral post. However, we're not here to go on virality. So you need to plan out when you are busy. A really great way to release that overwhelm is planning out your weeks and getting into a routine of doing that every week or just during your busy seasons. Planning out your content ideas, your topic ideas, and really having that in front of you. Having a plan is really one of the biggest time management hacks that you can have. So now I can pull up my calendar in Notion, which is my project management software. I can pull up my calendar and I can say, boom, 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 perfect. This is what I have going on. I can pull it up and be like, okay, this is what I'm doing this week. This is what I have to have done. And then I started to make a big to-do list. And I split it up day by day. I'm going to go into that in the free training. Go ahead and click into that just so it makes it a little bit easier and you can see my actual process done right in front of you. Next is setting a timer when you are working. So when you're working, it's really easy to get distracted. Some of the major things that I like to do is there's a palindrome. I think it's palindrome is the name of it. Palindrome timer where it goes for 50 minutes and then you get a 10-minute break. I like to put my phone on do not disturb or literally chuck it across the room. You don't need it. You don't need your phone right now. You need to work on your laptop. Turn everything on do not disturb. On my phone, I have one of the focus things. I have a work one. And so my work one will filter out certain things. So whether or not I need to see my client messages, that still works. So I keep that up. When I'm recording a video, I have everything on do not disturb so I don't get interrupted. So utilizing the different focuses on your phone so you don't get notifications. Turning off notifications that you don't need. My Instagram notifications have been off for years because I literally can't even function with the amount of DMs and the amount of likes and the amount of different notifications that I would be getting. I have very few notifications on, even on my phone. It's messages, it's phones, it is sales that come in, and it's my client messages. Those are pretty much the only notifications that I have on my phone. Edit your notifications, utilize timers, utilize your focuses on your phone, put it across the room. Something that I've also seen that I think is kind of funny is record yourself working. I don't know I've never really done this, but I saw this the other day as like a good ADHD hack, is put your phone on a tripod and record yourself working. Why this works is because A, your phone is occupado, and B is because you then feel like, okay, no, I got to keep working because I'm on video. You can also use that video for reels and B-roll and different things like that. So you are kind of killing a couple of birds with a couple of stones there, or with one stone, I guess. I'm terrible at phrases, guys. If you have ever, I don't know what it's, my mom always calls it a malaphor. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but my mom and I are both really bad at it. I like combine two different phrases all of the time. It's ridiculous. It's a problem. All right. I'm sorry. It's just, it is what it is. If you're in this community, you're going to get some wonky phrases. It's just how it goes. So, finding some timers that really work for you, finding different ways that you can reduce the noise that's coming in. I turn my computer on Do Not Disturb because my laptop is synced with my phone. And some of my favorite things to do, and honestly, but finding a playlist that really works for you. My favorite playlist is the Focus EDM on Spotify. Now, I'm not like an EDM listener on the day-to-day. Maybe if I'm like at the gym, like want some like a little pump up music. However, I'm not an EDM listener on the day-to-day, but if I'm like in deep work, really diving into my business and I need to like like get a lot done, I need to be like in the rhythm, you know, the zone I'm talking about. I put on my Focus EDM on Spotify. It's customized to you, and it literally feels like a quad shot of espresso. I'm not even kidding. I feel like I get so much done with that sound on. Find a playlist that works for you. It's proven that without sound is better, and it's also proven that things that have like a very distinctive rhythm helps. And because it's like your body is getting into the zone. And so sometimes people really like classical music. Now, I think classical music is a snooze fest. So I'm more of an EDM girly, but find what works for you. Normally it's without music, it's without noise, or without words. Of course, if you're like making your product, that might be okay, but when you're really trying to get into it, something that also does really work is having a signature productivity scent, which I know sounds a little like, woohoo, Maddie, are you sure? However, it is proven to work. I have an essential oils diffuser. If you don't know, I'm an all natural girly. I don't like artificial scents. I don't like candles, which I love candles, but I need like the all natural clean scented candles. But having some sort of like strong scent, citrus, peppermint, eucalyptus, tea tree, something like that, is those like strong kind of pungent scents are the scents that are supposed to keep you in productivity. Your brain remembers scents. It's just like when you smell something and you're like, oh, that smells like my childhood. And it's like that nostalgia smelling. It's the same thing. Your brain remembers scents that you're supposed to be productive. So having that scent in the morning, put that on when you are trying to be productive, and your brain will remember it. It's the same thing. They used to say this when I was in school. I remember teachers would say, like, chew the same flavor gum when you are studying versus when you're taking your test, because your brain remembers scents and flavors and it like triggers different things in your brain. So having the same scent having the same scent, scenting when you are trying to be productive is really good as well. The last two things that I do want to say here is it's okay to hire people, especially for the holidays. Hire support. A lot of businesses hire holiday support. You can go into your local Facebook groups and say, hey, I just need somebody locally to pack items for me for $15 an hour for the next 6 weeks. Is anybody interested? You might get a sweet little high school student or stay-at-home mom that just wants a second income or something like that. You can definitely have somebody that is a short period of time that can help you with those different tasks. The next is staying active in some way. Last but not least, I really feel like this is so important. The days that I wake up and I'm active, my brain, it just triggers you into that productivity mode. Now, I'm somebody that used to be incredibly structured. Wake up at 5 a.m., be at the gym by 5:30, work out for an hour, drink my smoothie, get home, do my change, get ready for the day. And it wasn't even like wake up, go to the gym. It was wake up, meditate, journal, do breath work. It was like boom, 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 boom. I'm not that crazy anymore. I'm not gonna lie. Now that my business is there and it's consistent and I've built the community that I have, I'm not that crazy anymore. However, When I am, I know I'm more productive. If I was like, Maddie, it's go time in my business, I would be doing that. I would be waking up, I would be going to the gym, and I would be staying on a specific structure every day. I would get incredibly routine, and I would get, my habits would be boom, 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 boom. When I'm in launch zone, I'm doing that. When I'm structured and I have like a big growth season, I'm doing that. So this is that freepreneur lifestyle that you're structured when you have to be, or when you can be. So when you don't want to be, you don't have to be. And that kind of sounds like a big ol' like, what are you saying? But if you think about it, just like click the like 15 seconds back, listen to it again. Be structured when you can be. So when you don't want to be, you don't have to be. And so with that, staying active really does make a big difference for me. Now this, like even if it's just a walk, and sometimes if I just go for a walk and I'm responding to the messages, I get done and I feel that I was just so productive because I was active, I was outside, and I responded to a ton of business questions. Even like walking on the treadmill. A lot of times I'll go to the gym and I will do my little weightlifting, whatever, and then I'll walk on the treadmill for 15 to 20 minutes and respond to all of my messages, killing two birds with one stone. And really just trying to get a little bit more, like, it's almost like multitasking. When are there things in your life that you can do other things? Only when you're in this big push time. One last thing that I do want to say about this topic is if you are, like, if this is the holidays for you, or you are in a really big push time, or all of a sudden your business really, like, you have a viral video and you're getting a ton of sales coming in, or you had a really big collaboration, whatever, this is a really good indicator of what would happen if your business was like this at all the time. What would happen if your business was making all of these sales and you actually scaled your sales to this consistently every day? It shows your gaps. It shows what do you need to adjust for this growth? Where are your current gaps in your hiring, in your team, in your processes? What are you spending so much time doing? It's a great time, even though the holidays are so crazy, it's a great time to actually audit your business to see, okay, where am I not ready for this? Where am I not ready for this amount of increase in what's going on? Where am I like, this just isn't going to work? And so do you need to hire somebody? Because truly hiring makes the biggest difference. I know that it's really scary, and I know that it's just like, it feels like you will literally never get done onboarding them. However, it does really work. Where do you feel swamped? What do you need to change? And what do you need to set up in the behind the scenes that you're doing manually right now that will, when your business is this busy 100% of the time, and then it's even busier over the holidays again, what do you not have set up that you need to? That is really important. So this is a big indicator of how busy, what your business would be like if you did scale. Are you prepared for it? Because my people that are prepared for it aren't as like dying this time of year. They are ready for it. So that is where you can be as well. If you really are looking for my exact process of how I plan out my days after being a business owner and running a business for over 10 years now, if you want my exact process, my time management, what I do, and some of my biggest tips and tricks, what I do every Sunday night, click the link in the show notes and you can download the free training as well. If you want some printables that are for entrepreneurs that are nice, that you can adjust them as well on Canva. If you want to be able to do that, click the link in the show notes as well, and you can download my organized entrepreneur cheat sheets. They are the exact planners and things that I do in the morning, weekly, monthly, and they're out there. Okay, so go ahead and check those out. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out. Those free offers are in the show notes for you as a little thank you for you as well. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and there is really so much to talk about on the topic of time management. I have a lot of little tips and tricks, and I would love to chat with you about it, but you can also get more information in that free episode or in that free training. So if you're new here, make sure that you click subscribe. We put out new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. You can listen on Spotify, you can listen on Apple, but if you are new here or you're coming back and this is one of the new episodes, we are now on YouTube as well. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. But you can listen to the audio, you can watch on YouTube where it is a little bit more like you are sitting and chatting right there with me. So go watch on YouTube. We have a couple hundred views over there already. You guys are loving it. If you guys love it on the podcast, I'm sure you would love it on YouTube, where you and I can actually sit and chat face to face. So whether you're washing dishes, or maybe you're making your product, or maybe you're sipping your coffee in the morning and you want to put me on your TV, hello, I love seeing you face to face as well. I just got a new microphone for this episode, so let's hope that it works. New microphone and new lens, so we have a whole new tech setup. I hope that it's exciting for you. So click the link in the show notes to watch on YouTube, to download the 2 different freebies, and I wish you all the luck this holiday season. I know that you can see the sales that you're looking for, and if it's not the holidays, time management is possible. And I want to end with that saying, I've been where you are and you're swamped and you're like, how the heck am I going to get better at this? I've been there, and realize that there is another side to that it doesn't always have to be that way. Strategy absolutely helps, as well as really having your routines, your habits, and the things that really work for you. Here's some of the things that work for me, and I hope that they work for you too. I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you. I'm rooting for you, and I'm in your corner always.